November 2015, one of our volunteer coaches had contacted us to say that Hakeem had turned up at his wife's solicitor's office.
Then we had a meeting with Rob and Kirk. Both of them are so devoted to building the club. And once I brought my kids down, I saw the potential of what this can become. I'd like to congratulate everybody for enrolling in the camp.
When he walks in, there's no doubt. Everybody, the room just lights up. You know, everybody kind of recognizes him for being one of the greatest to ever play this position of all time. Even as coaches now, you know, we're still in a phase of learning new knowledge.
Once the kids get the feel and the taste of the game, he's addicted. When I see the potential of the youth basketball and what Rob and Kirk have done to build this club, it was very natural for me to get me involved with the club.
The man himself is just a phenomenal human being, very caring, very giving of his time, and very demanding as well of us as a club in what we're trying to do and achieve.
We have a wealth of knowledge and experience coaches. We brought guys from US, and Rob and Kirk, they set up all the local coaches that have the passion for the game. They're willing to give their time and effort.
The profile of the club has risen dramatically in the past 2 years, helping us aspire and attract new young talent that will hopefully be the future of the club.
When I walked in this morning, it was very, very impressive. And you can see the players are serious about the game. They want to learn and they're happy to be here. And that energy, you can see it. And you see the coaches, they have the passion to teach. And I can't be more proud of the organization, what they've done.
Yes, yes, yes. So here we are.
Back in the rough, guys. It's going to be a sharp and short and sweet one today. Yeah?
we got connected. You know, yeah, it's true. You was there 5 minutes ahead of time, quite right. You know, and had to put another caller. But I've used those calls today, so and they've been fine. So and they will be fine after. So.
Yeah. Like I said, if I was dealing with the technical stuff, we'd still be out offline. You'd just be seeing that logo. So it is what it is. But it's good to check in quickly anyway. I know you've got some interesting stuff coming up a little bit later.
Well, yeah. So Chris Hughes is going to have Taylor Johnson from Thames Valley Cavaliers on after. So I'm definitely going to be tuning into that one, but we're having lots of discussion. Jack Gibbs from High Roller has been talking to him. He's trying to get a program on. I've been talking to Coach Dan as well, just messaging back and forth. So, I was hoping that we could do something today with him, but a bit short notice. So, we're still striving. We're still pushing to, keep engaged.
Don't worry, we're still here to chop it up. You know what I mean? When this is up on NBC and everyone's flossing, we'll remember these days.
Yeah, we're having fun with it.
Two guys listening.
Yeah.
No, it's cool to check in. Just a quick one. I saw that the commercial you ran before. Is that he's still running that summer camp? Hakeem?
Yeah, because yes, for sure. I mean, my youngest was up on that camp. About 3 years ago actually, and it was his first time away from home, and like camp-wise, following his older brother's footsteps. His brother year on year used to go to camps. I mean, there was one year I remember he went on about 3 different camps. It was like Red Star, and then he done, I don't know, he may have done the Deng one, and then he done, it was just like and there was, I can't remember what the other one was, but for my youngest, it was his first going up to the Hakeem camp, and we were getting phone calls saying he's locked out, he can't find his keys. And I'm thinking like he took it like a holiday thing. I mean,
that's how they. I mean, my son just went to Euro camp last year, and that's the first time he's been away from camp. I think it shook him up a little bit. Not really, like it was just he had some friends along with him, but it's a different format.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You
I
have to
mean,
wash yourself. You know, what's up with these boys? This age. In the good old days, guys were going off to war at this age. These ones, you don't even have to put on a different pair of socks. You know?
it's interesting you saying that because, you know, for the following year, the year after the Akeem camp, you know, I said, look, we can't trust you to go on in these kind of environments because we're getting phone calls not about, you know, you're striving at basketball. It's about, you know, you can't find keys and you're getting locked out. You know, this is a holiday thing. So the following year, he, you know, he was just like at home, not just at home, but, you know, he wasn't on any camps. But then the year after, which is the year you're talking about, he went on the Euro camp up in St. Bees, up the one in North. So we done like the 4-hour drive or whatever it is, dropped him off, and then we drove on for an hour and we stayed up, you know, rented a place and stayed up there and pick him up on the way back. And he enjoyed it. He enjoyed it. But, you know, and it made some friends and that's great, you know. And then also that year he done the NBC camp as well, in Worcester. In fact, NBC. He done 2 other camps that year. So this is last year. So he done NBC.
He's enjoying his summers, ain't he?
Listen, man, I'm still paying for it now. he done the NBC and he done the Valencia. Because remember we spoke about the Valencia one, yeah?
Yeah.
So,
I saw that.
Yeah. So
I mean, one day we're gonna have to chop it up on here because I think you're the expert on this.
Yeah.
On the summer program in the UK. Because I know last time I spoke to you were the one telling me about, you know, this one and the different qualities of each. It's funny you say that because I mean, the first time I went to camp, we got actually sent over as a team to a camp in the States in Oklahoma, and there was a few of us went, and we just sort of dropped off from a plane. I think that must have been when I was about 15ish or so. But then the next year, I was over on camp by myself in the States, taking connecting flights and all sorts. And I'm thinking, hold on, this is my son next year?
I'm so far away from that, to be honest.
Either I'm a little bit too shook to do it, or I don't know what the hell my parents were doing. Because then there's no phone.
Yeah.
You know,
and you got
I think one day it would be good to chop it up about that because, as I said, I mean, obviously we don't know what's going to happen this summer, but summer comes around and finding, you know, something quality to do in the kind of camp which isn't just send your kids down there for some free babysitting. And what they get back from it, you know?
Yeah, we definitely should, you know, have an extended talk about that, you know. But, you know, from his experience last year, I mean, with the NBC one, we said, look, he done it for a week. We didn't know what to expect, and we've already booked him on for 2 weeks. Yeah, because I was impressed with the fact that they weren't really just dealing with, you know, the drills and the ability to do this. They were dealing with the person, you know. And I really kind of admired that, you know. So he was being challenged as a person as well as the skills, and for me that was awesome. So he'll be going back there, and then we're going to try, because my eldest done the whole kind of 5-star thing. Matt Newby was running up in Leeds there, so he's got the Red Star, the whole Serbian thing going on. That's bit, you know, and it's not the first time.
So is that still going on?
Yeah, that's going on. So I've scheduled him for that this summer as well. You know, but let's hope it's still going on.
No, it's a crazy one. It's a crazy one, and that's the thing. I think, you know, because as I guess coming back and looking to do it for my son, it was like, what are the what are the quality camps they can go to? Which are the ones where they can actually, like I said, I think sometimes first time going to camp, it is that experience of just going.
Yeah, sure.
You go there, you're away from home, you see what, you know, take those things in with other people and so on. But then after that, maybe your first year going out.
Yeah.
And I think this is what happened in the States. Now you have to go and get challenged on the playing front. Really get pushed, really compete. And hopefully, I mean, that's why something we could chop up on. Know what there is going on here in the UK. And maybe what is needed here in the UK.
Yeah.
Regarding the summertime program. So.
Yeah, because it's not...
you know, if we get some...
Well, and even if there isn't, just, you know, because, you know, you know, back then it was, I mean, it was the dang thing, you know, like before they done the top 50, you know, I just remember year on year for about like 4 years, my eldest was, you know, that's what he was looking forward to. That's where it was, you know, and even before, even in between all that, they had, they used to do like these Easter, they they used to do some Easter stuff, you know, going up to Crystal Palace, doing that run. My youngest, his first kind of camp was like a 2-day thing that happened at Crystal Palace, and he was probably, I don't know, like 7 years old. I mean, I just remember looking back at these videos and thinking, like, you know, this was great.
Well, I tell you, to all you old boys out there who tune in into this, you know the summer camp was Mighty White Camp with Kevin Cadle. That was the one. You know?
Yeah, okay.
And to be fair, I really enjoyed those camps. So back in the day, it was from 8 in the morning till about 8 at night.
Wow.
Down at Crystal Palace. And all guys, you know, a lot of the players those days would come in to coach. Guys, Joe Moore would be there, Bobby Kinzer, all of Cadle. And since I got to know Kevin a bit better, playing from him and so on, who tell me basically summertime is a chance to get all his friends over on camp. So a lot of time they'll be sitting there talking trash, but you got to play with some and get some nice little skills on them, all the skills in the morning in games, and then in the evening, some of the players would get to play with counsellors and the camp older players who came. And to be fair, man, it was a decent camp back those days. I mean, we, you know, first thing really, the only thing I think that was going on in the country at the time. I could be wrong what was going on up north, but it really, you know, I enjoyed that those days, and it was like, you know, it was basketball the whole time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's one gym, everyone's in there. You playing.
Yeah.
At that time, it's like, you know, sometimes today I hear some players, you know, they play for 2 hours, you're tired. In those days, there was no off button.
Yeah.
I'm starting to sound like that guy in our day. Yeah. I didn't want to do that. You need to cut me off when I start saying in my day.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Right, so what time I'm here? I'm actually looking forward to the next show myself. What time they tuning in?
Yeah, so as soon as we're finished up here, moments from now, you know, they're going to be coming on, and you know, and I'm going to be listening. So you know, let's say.
Funnily enough, I've just got a missed call here.
Yeah.
From the guy we were chatting about. We were meant to get on the joint call.
Me too.
Okay.
So it may well be that we're going to come back.
If he's back on, man, let me I'll bring my dark glasses and come back on here.
Okay, so what we're saying is, when we reach out to this guy, depending on where he is, we might be coming back after Chris, and
you might be coming back, man.
We might be coming
take
back.
up my whole evening. What's going on here? He's causing troubles here in this COVID-19 lockdown business.
Let's see where we are.
All right.
We'll
so I'm going to keep it up with him. Let's sign off now, and maybe I'll check back in.
Okay.
Right.
See you later. All right. Bye-bye.
with Taylor Johnson?
No, we are just waiting for Taylor to join, who hasn't yet. So I hadn't cut you through to the program because I hadn't seen him in the preview as yet. So that's where we are right now, Chris. Is he due to come on?
So, pardon, Rupert?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so we'll have to cut any repeat audios that you might have or devices.
Oh no, I wasn't sure it was on, so I sort of did a little intro just in case the camera was rolling.
Yeah, no. So yeah, you should have a different preview window before it goes live, and then only when it's live you'll have the window that you see at the moment. So I was looking for an input from Taylor, which I haven't seen as yet. And is he due to be on with you?
Yes, he is. Yes, he's where he's on tonight. It's just I've got a message from you, so
because I've messaged him to join, but I haven't seen him as yet.
I just sent him a text. I see what he says.
Okay, so we'll just talk amongst ourselves for now then.
Of course.
So how are you?
Yeah, not too bad. I say, looking forward to having Taylor on tonight. He's got a lot of awards this season with the Eurobasket Division 1 first team, Import of the Year, 2-time NBL Player of the Week, and in the league leaderboard, third average points and second most efficient player. So it should be a really interesting show tonight. And great player to have on after this amazing year at Thames Valley.
No, absolutely. It's it's a club that I've followed for many years, and definitely I think this year was the most exciting, partly because I was more involved in terms of providing live streams for them and the visitors, and also getting a lot more people involved, including yourself in the production of that as well. So yeah, it's been a great year seeing them from where they were like Division 4 or 3 to now competing well in Division 1. It's been great. But even I was talking to Martel earlier on today as well, because even back to last summer we've been talking about this type of platform. It was more around podcasts and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that Martel's going to be quite instrumental in having or hosting.
I'd love to have him on the show.
Yeah, have a section here. So we'll see where we go with this and how long it can last, because of course it's mainly now about having the time for which we can do things like that. Because we're held at home, most of us. At least for another 2-3 weeks, do we think, or maybe longer? What is it?
I'm off 12 weeks, so I've definitely got a bit of time, but obviously need to research for each show and discuss good content as well as having something there for people to listen to each week.
It's amazing. Karen.
I really enjoyed commentating on the 2 games I did with you guys, especially the latter. It was such a close game between Loughborough and Thames Valley Cavaliers, and the man who's on tonight, he sort of he wasn't having an awful game, he wasn't having a great game, he was just plodding along, but all of a sudden he just started finding his groove, and I think he was the turning point really, because he had Hakeem for Thames Valley Cavaliers with the boards, the points, second half chance. I've been lucky with Reece Kniff and Jonas, who will be on my show this week as well. Yeah. Sort of chipping in, and it was an end-to-end game, really good one to watch. And then all of a sudden Taylor came out there in the fourth, and it became a wider,
much
bigger game, and big win for them. And it actually seemed a bit closer than the scoreline was, but that fourth quarter was the turning point.
And I remember that game well, actually, because looking at Loughborough, I was thinking, oh my gosh, they really, I loved the way they were moving the ball. Everything was really clean in terms of their offenses. The timing was great. Up until the fourth quarter, it kind of like Thames Valley just said, no, we're not having that. We're going to upset you now.
Yeah, Coach Baxter said something in the fourth quarter.
Yes, exactly that. So yeah, so that was how the season ended for them. I'm guessing that he may not be able to join today. So
Yeah.
I might just leave you with the program and for you to pick up and to
I've got
carry
some
on.
stuff to talk about, and
Yeah.
say we talk arrange for Taylor another time.
Yep. Okay. Excellent. All right.
I mean, you guys are on afterwards to finish chatting out summer camps. That'd be interesting.
We may do. I think there's a caller that we were going to try and have a conversation with, so we may come back after you, but we'll see. All right. Good luck, Chris.
You too. Take care.
See you then. Bye bye.
So, unfortunately, it doesn't look like the billed guest Tim Johnson will be on tonight. However, the show must go on, as they say. So, a bit about myself. If you're new to the show, just tuning in to catch Taylor Johnson. My name's Chris. I'm from Rebound. We're a British basketball blog site, primarily looking at the NBL. Hence why we have Taylor on tonight. Whose input this season has been amazing. He was Eurobasket's import of the season and made their first team. I mentioned with Rupert, he had an amazing season with being the NBL one first team for Eurobasket. He's also this two-time NBL player of the week, and also was their third in the league for average points and second most efficient. So, as I said, I'm Chris from Rebound. We have a WordPress website which you can see all our stories, all our polls, anything, any news we have about the NBL is on that site. We also have a Twitter and Facebook account. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram by searching @ReboundNBL. And you just find us on Twitter under @Rebound__. So a bit about what's happening at the moment. Obviously, there's no basketball on, which is a real shame, but we're still trying to make sure there's content to keep people busy. It's something to talk about. So at the moment, we literally just today started our second round of the People's Choice Award. And that's basically a place where fans, players, anyone can vote on who they think impressed them most this season. To try and make it less subjective, we're taking the votes from people into consideration with the stats. So I'm looking at like the most efficient player per minute per game played. So they make it less subjective and have a little bit more structure with it. Also this week I'll be looking at defensive player of the season. That won't be a poll, I'll just be looking at the stats between defensive rebounds, steals and blocks to come up with the defensive player of the year. It'll be interesting to see how certain players get on. Eurobasket felt that Sire Taylor was the NBL Defensive Player of the Year, so it'll be interesting to see how he goes against that. What else we do? We also look at the most clutch player in the league. So I'll be looking at players who help their side get over that line. And in extra emphasis, looking at people who got the most buzzer beaters. One player I expect will do quite well, and that is St. Kestrel's Jonathan Lashley, who seemed to come out when the cameras were in town with at least 3 this season. I say 3, so most of those were caught on NBL Live and on the BBL Trophy Show. So the first one I remember was against Bradford, and that was an amazing game. I think he got the ball downtown with 6 seconds to go and just shot it in. And the second one was in the BBL Trophy quarter-final. This time he opposed the World Thunder. And just in that third quarter he came on right at the end, got the ball with 6 seconds to go. I think maybe a bit more than that. And then was closely guarded by Alex Arumi, who again will probably be behind Defensive Player of the Year list. Did a fake, made the guard go past him, and he had the open shot for the 3 before the buzzer. And his third one, he celebrated a bit like a certain footballer, Alan Shearer, in the BBL Trophy semi-final with the US step to make the league astronomical in that first leg. So that's a bit about what we're doing this week behind the scenes to give you guys great NBL-based content. hopefully tomorrow's show will have a guest. If not, if we can get Taylor back on, that'd be great. Otherwise, tomorrow's show was meant to be talking about what Rebound are doing this summer. But on Thursday and Friday, we've got guests for you, as well as on Saturday's show, where we've got a referee and former Basketball England board member on the show. So that should be a really interesting show. We'll be talking about the rules, the challenge to being a referee, and also much more. So I must thank Rupert Charles for having me on the show. His channel Upstreamedia are providing a daily show where anyone can come on and talk British basketball. He has a former guest and a great chat, and they say they'll be hopefully following me afterwards to continue their discussion on the Summer League. Obviously, depending on when this all goes over, whether we will have a Summer League this year. But it'd be interesting to talk about what usually happens and maybe just keep it going, give a bit of momentum, so that if we don't have anything Summer League this season, people aware maybe some of the options for the following off season are, because it's been a long time between now and the end of next off season. So yeah, it's a really interesting show, and the guys are a great laugh, and it's really informative. So next week we'll probably be doing a similar amount of shows. So I won't be on it every day, because I need time to research the guest questions and obviously find enough guests willing to come on the show and chat with me. Yesterday was a really good show. We had Essex Heart Leopards captain Chuck Duru. You can catch that show and the rest of the show with Rupert and friends. We're talking more about the basketball and junior pathways. So it's a really interesting show that to be found on this channel by looking for yesterday's video. So when I had Chuck on, we looked at last season, and reflected on their run. So Essex Heart Leopards started the season with a massive loss versus Solent Kestrels, and social media erupted a bit because the loss was a massive difference in Kestrel straw and Leopard straw. Also, people were negatively talking about Leopards and saying that they weren't an NBL side. But what we saw after that game was that a lot of teams were getting beat quite badly by Solent Kestrel, also, but Essex Leopards started chipping away, getting the straws more manageable, making them single-digit losses. And then, interestingly, this season we had probably one of the first in-season free agencies, which saw London City Royals fold with Orlan Jackman and LVC Dusha coming back down to Essex to help them with their fight for NBL 1 survival, which saw a massive improvement in form. Orlan Jackman posted amazing numbers with triple doubles and amazing amount of boards and points. And amazingly, Essex went on a March Madness 3-0 run of form that essentially was the main reason behind them staying up. So you could catch Chuck and myself discussing all things Essex Leopards, and he also did this new game. So every time I have a guest on the show that's a basketball player for the NBL 1, we will have this competition. It's friendly quiz, light-hearted. The aim of it is to see how much that player knows about his club, but also for listeners and viewers of yourselves to learn stats about the players that you're following this season in a very light-hearted way. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I say Rupert, Charles and friends are up next to continue discussing the Summer League if they could get their guests back on. If I say my name is Chris, unfortunately we couldn't get Taylor Johnson onto the show today. I have to try and rearrange another time for him to come on. If you want to know a bit more about the NBL 1, you can follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. On Facebook and Instagram, you can find us at Rebound NBL. And on Twitter, you just find us by searching for @rebound__. We also have a WordPress website, and I said next few weeks we'll be doing more defensive leaderboards, clutch leaderboards. We also got the People's Choice Award, which Taylor Johnson's doing quite well in his respective group. So the groups will last for the next 6 days, and when we get into the knockout phases for you guys to decide who your player for season is. It's a lovely chat with you. Have a lovely evening, and I'll be back on tomorrow. Take care. Bye.